Talk about me no want to mess up your thing.
Mess up my thing. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry, sis. What's up? Not much. Just as me start one live stream here, me start my live stream from the other channel. Just started. Yeah, man. Me shout you a little more. In another hour and a half or so.
Okay.
All right, baby. Love you. We'll drop in something else now. Hopefully. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Stuffed animal, welcome. Jack, welcome. How are you all doing? Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you all coming. Hope you all doing well. Hope you're good. All right. I hope you're all good. Where is this? It's not working. All right, so it's not working. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So tonight we have a topic here, and it would be great if you guys could share. It would be awesome if you all share your thoughts. Let me just finish setting up something here. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Do you have an autistic child, an artistic brother or sister, let us talk about it. Let us talk about the challenges that you face with these children. What is it like having an autistic child? And what is autism? Let's share on the topic. I cannot find it. There's something.
No, man, turn off me. No one listen to this way I said,
I hope the music is not too loud. If it is too loud, guys, let me know. What is autism? Do you have anyone living with this condition? So we are going to find out tonight what autism is. All right. I do have a grandchild. I do have a grandchild who is on the spectrum. So we're gonna see what it is like. Let me get out of this. I'm not in the chat right now, guys. I'm not in the chat right now. So just bear with me, all right? Nope. And doubt if I turned. Why is this thing not opening? Forgot I hadn't turned this feature on. So welcome once again, guys. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Just let me finish setting this up. Demented Monkey, welcome. Lizzie's Mind, welcome. Thank you for coming. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you all for coming. So I don't know if you saw the topic and if you care to share anything on this topic. But the topic tonight is about autism. And it would be grand if you could share, if you have something to share with us on this topic. What is it like having an autistic child, grandchild, or a family member? You don't necessarily have to have that child, but you could be in contact with such a person. What is it like? I do have a grandchild who is on the spectrum. She is, I wouldn't say she's nonverbal because she speaks a little. Which of them do I have? She speaks a little bit Thank you, Lizzie's Mind. I appreciate it. Yes, I know. It's a huge range. But it's very challenging. It can be very, very challenging for that parent, for that grandparent, but especially for the mother or the person who has to care for that child. It is not an easy thing. Let me get out of this because this isn't working. I'll be in the chat, guys. This is just not working out for me. All right, so I am going to be learning a thing or two as well. So this autism, or when you have a child with the autism spectrum disorder, it is a neurodevelopmental condition that affects how a person communicates, learns, and behaves. These symptoms can appear very early in their childhood years. Now, they characterize it in two areas. It can be social communication and interaction, and restrictive, repetitive patterns of behavior, interests, or activities. Why do they use the term spectrum though? Well, it is said here the term spectrum is used because the symptoms are widely varied in type and severity from one person to another. So it's not that every person is on the spectrum at the same level. You have some who speaks, but there you can know that this person is on the spectrum. You can tell that this person is on the spectrum. Why? Because of how the person behaves. Perhaps the person is not learning at the same pace as other children. Maybe the child cannot speak properly like other children do, and the things that they do is different from the normal regular child. Does it mean they walk on their toes? That's right. And my grandchild, she walks on her toes. She don't like to keep her shoes on. She hates shoes, and they make sounds for some children. They do make sounds. No, not every child has the same disorder. Oh, you had a childhood friend who walked on her tiptoes. No, my grandchild, she loves her name is Danya. She speaks, but not in sentences. If she says 3 words or 2 words, that's it. And she speaks. She seldom speaks, but she does. She will, if you say to her, I love you, she will repeat, but she won't make eye contact. But they are some very brilliant children. These people, they are very, very brilliant. My little one, she speaks, I think she speaks different languages, because when she's watching, she's 6 years old, and when she's watching the children's channels, YouTube, whatever children's stuff she watches. She listens mostly, what's this language? Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, and she actually listens them more than how she listens English. These people, they are very, very brilliant. She sings. She sings. She knows basically all of them. I heard her singing. I don't remember what the name of it is. I do too, my whole life, still today, plus other issues. Wow, King Arth. Wow. And she makes sounds. She makes sounds. I don't know how to describe the sound that she makes. And she loves to hold things. Some children, they love small toys and they always have to have a toy in their hand. He can speak Spanish number and stuff at 4. They are very, very brilliant. Demented, they are very brilliant people. I can tell you that. And they are structured. If she is doing something out of the norm or she's going someplace that she has never been, there's a lot of crying. And her mom comforts her by rubbing her toes and her feet. Yes. I don't remember the name of the song. I don't know if I can find it to share it here with you. I don't know if I can find it here to share it. Hold on a sec, guys. But this girl had me humming the song because I don't know Japanese. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even remember the name of it, but let me try to see if I can find it. This child had me humming that song for how long? All right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find it because I really want to share it with you. I don't remember the name of this song. It's so funny. It is so funny. I wanted to share that. All right. Okay, so I can't find it. So sorry about that. Let's see. This child, let me see if I asked my daughter to be here so that she could also share with you. Let me try to get her here. Okay. I think the little girl has her mother's phone. I think she has her mom's phone. Thank you so much. God bless you, Demented Monkey. I appreciate it, my darling. I appreciate it. Oh, I remember Hold Helm. Yes, I remember Hold Helm. I do remember the name. Thank you so much. Appreciate the blessing. Appreciate the blessing. I really do. Okay. I'm waiting for... All right, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna have to wait, but let me let you know what I know. There are communication barriers. Why? Because these children, they cannot tell you when they are feeling sick. They cannot tell you what they are feeling, how they are feeling, when they are feeling afraid. And from my granddaughter, she cries a lot. She cries a lot, especially, guys, I know that children have the tendency to be fussy, or I would say miserable, especially when their mother or their parents are around. But when they are with other persons, they are much calmer. When she's with me, she's very calm. And they don't sit. My granddaughter, she don't sit. She will be there for the entire day watching something on her tablet, and they don't have a very long attention span. You know, children attention span is very limited. Yes, King Arthur, that is so true. Because where did this autism come from though? Because guys, I have 9 children. Thanks be to God, I didn't have all of this issue, this autism issue. And there are more and more issues coming out with children. And not only children, but the amount of sickness, and sometimes the doctors don't even know the name of the sickness. They probably have to be asking AI, because AI is more advanced than some of these doctors, and they have to be asking Google. A lot of doctors these days depend on Google to diagnose patients or to diagnose an illness. No, these little ones, it's not easy for them. Can you imagine you are feeling sick and you cannot explain how you're feeling? You're feeling sick, you're not feeling any pain, but your body may be feeling weak and you don't know how to express that pain that you're feeling and how frustrating it can be. So imagine for these little ones how it is for them when they are unable to tell you that they are having a headache or their tummy ache or whatever is happening. My little one, she loves candies. Anything that is sweet, she loves it. She is not a food person, and she has to be in the mood to eat certain things. What I do sometimes, I make her really hungry, because all she wants is candies and snacks like donuts, cookies, cake. These are the things that she will eat. And then when they are eating, I don't know. Okay, there you go. No, what I also notice with her, she rubs the food in her hand. And if she's eating chocolate, whatever she's eating, she doesn't just pick the food up She don't use a fork or a spoon. She use her hands, and she will rub it in her hands. It's also sensory. For these little ones, it is more sensory. She has something, if you give her something that is soft and squishy, that has a gel inside, you know they have these toys for sensory purposes. She will bite it, and she loves to put stuff in her mouth. If you don't watch her when she goes, yes, there you go. When she, goes number 2, she used to, when she go on herself, she don't do that anymore though. But when she used to do this, even at 4 or 5, she would have it in her hand and she would roll it in her finger. It's a sensory thing. And what I notice she loves to do as well, she loves to stand in front of the mirror. Let me turn the music down. I think it's kind of distracting. Hold on, let me turn the music down a notch. Let me turn it down a little bit. But it's low. Okay, there we go. It's a bit lower. Yes, yes. So these little ones, thank you so much, King Arthur. She loves to look at herself. If she is passing any mirror, she will stand there for the entire day and she will look at herself. We went into a store called Ross, and whenever she passes the mirror, she would go back and she would stand in front of that mirror and she would turn her head from side to side, and I think she's admiring herself. And as I said, if she's eating, let's say she's eating what's a muffin, a chocolate muffin with the chocolate chips inside, she would pick out each chip and she would roll them between her index finger and her thumb. And when you look at where she's sitting to eat, it's a mess. I told my daughter not to feed her in the car. She makes a huge mess in the car. And when she's hungry, you're gonna know. I don't think she eats at school either. I doubt highly that she eats at school. When she gets in the car in the evenings, if her mom picks her up, she better have something for her to eat. Because if it's an hour drive, she's gonna have an hour crying to listen to contend with. And she knows where home is. She knows exactly where to go for home. I remember one night we were going to visit her dad. Thank you so much, Demented. She was going to visit her dad, and her mom was taking her. It's the first time I was going with them. And when we were traveling, when that child saw the direction that her mom was going, she was in a frenzy. Let me look. What's going on? She was in a frenzy when she saw the direction that her mom turned. And let me tell you something, that child cried. She cried, and every minute, every look, she had her tablet in her hand, but that was not enough to distract her. So when you have those children, when you have those little ones, even though they are not verbal, they are not very verbal, but it is still good to reassure them that it's okay. It is good to reassure them that we are going out, and let them know the activities that you're going to do. They may not fully understand or fully grasp it, but treat them like they are a normal, like they are normal children, because they do get confused. And when she was on her way going to visit her dad, I can tell you she was in a frenzy. She cried. When she leaves school, they are into a routine. She know when she gets up in the morning what she does. She know what it is that she is supposed to do. And she don't like change. She don't like changes. It's very hard for them to deal with changes. So it's good to update them and to reassure them what is going on. It is not an easy thing to deal with an autistic child. Now, as it relates to the parents, I can tell you that it is nothing easy. It is not an easy feat for them. It's really hard for these parents. It is difficult raising autistic children, and it can be draining and demanding. Their attention, their entire being is demanding, both emotionally and physically. It's draining to the mind and to the body. Because can you imagine? My daughter goes to bed. Yes, that's right. My little one, she goes to bed late. No matter how early you try to get her to her bed, she's not going to her bed. Very seldom. And it is a sitter who will have to just put her in her room, turn the that calming music on, or you turn on the black screen, the TV, and let it lull her to sleep. Sometimes I don't think they use it now, but when she's with her mom, I can tell you 10, 11, 12 o'clock, she's just going to sleep. Not even 10 o'clock. If the sitter is there, or if I am there, for the most part, she will go to bed somewhere around 9, 10. But if there is no one there but her mom, she cannot get her to sleep. I think she haunts her mother. And it's not easy. It's a very, very challenging situation for the mother or whoever is caring for this child. It's not easy. Many children with autism have it very difficult to express what they are in need of, and to express how they are feeling, how they are thinking. And because this ranges from being nonverbal, where they don't speak at all, or they are struggling with speaking to get their speech. It's like how should I put this? You understand how to deal with it more, maybe. But yes, very challenging. Let me tell you something. You think these children are fools? They are no fools. But I can tell you something. If you don't put your foot down, they will take you for a ride. You have to be very firm with them. I can promise you this, because they are no fools and they know how to manipulate you. King says once they focus on one thing that they enjoy, they are geniuses at it. That's right. That's right, King Arthur. You know something else that my granddaughter loves to do? She loves to make a mess. Whenever she gets her toys, she has a lot of toys. And when she gets these toys, she tosses them. She loves to throw. And when she throws them all over the house, I told her mom, let her clean up after herself. These children know how to be manipulative. When she's at school, she cleans up after herself. Yes, the teacher, the instructor, or whatever will have to sometimes, prompt her to pick up. But for the most part, She picks up after herself. Now, yesterday when we went into the store, you know how children are on a regular. She would walk through the store and she would pick up the toys. She loves toys. And she looks at them and she looks at them and she knows what she likes. And I trick her and put them back. You know, she made a mess on one of the aisle. And I tell you something, I did not have to tell her to pick them up. She picked them up herself and she placed them right back where they came from. When she's at home, no, she's not doing that. So I know that they are very smart and they are very manipulative. When her mom is there, when her mom has her, and when sometimes her mom have to hide in her room, I'll tell her, go to your room. Tell my daughter, go to your room. And I tell her to lock the door, lock herself inside. And me and my granddaughter, she's outside. She cries until probably she don't forget, but I try to distract her until I have her calm. Because if I don't do that, her mom gets no peace. When she's with her mom, she sits inside her, I don't know how to describe it. Not just sitting merely on her lap, but she has to be, I don't know. Guys, I can't describe it to you. It's as if her mother could open her skin for her to go inside. That is how that little girl is. She cannot just sit beside her mom. She have to sit inside her mom. I don't know how to put it. But that child, she would run her mother to a wreck if she's not careful. It is very demanding, very stressing, very taxing, very draining. Now, we all know that the eye contact thing, and I will tell you something further. If you are not careful, people will abuse these children. Yes, because they are immune to pain. Yes. She wants to be very much attached to her mom. And when her mom is home, I am telling you, her mom gets no rest. If her mom is sleeping, she's sitting on her. The bed is a king bed, and that child would never lie on the bed. She lies on top of her mom, not beside her, not on her, not by her foot or by her side, on her stomach. She's now 6, and she's no, I don't know. No. Imagine having to deal with that child when she doesn't have school. She doesn't have school on a Saturday and Sunday. And her mom has her for the entire day. If her mom goes into the bathroom, that child is going in the bathroom with her. If her mom is sitting on the toilet, she is sitting on the toilet with her. Her mom doesn't get a break from that child, I promise you. No, it is not an easy thing for parents to manage these challenging behaviors and when they are having what is called a meltdown. And these intense, because it can be very, very intense, sensitivities to everyday stimuli. Then she doesn't like too much, how should I put it? If the place is too silent, she covers her ears. And if it's too noisy, she covers her ears. She doesn't like sudden noises. It's not a problem for her to be out and about. Those kind of noise doesn't bother her. But when the TV turns on, especially when it goes on YouTube, you know, YouTube makes a sound when it's coming up. She covers her ear because she's anticipating that sound. So there are certain sounds that they hate, and it is very intense for them. Bright lights I don't think she have a problem with lights, but she has problems sometimes with loud noises or silence. When it is too silent, and even when she cries, she covers her ears. It's not something that is very easy with these children to navigate these kind of conditions or these behaviors. I am sorry that I'm not getting through to my daughter for her to come and explain more to you guys what she's facing. I'm not getting her. My granddaughter has her phone, I'm sure. There she go. She has her phone, so I'm not getting through to her. When she has her mom's phone, anyone calls her, she hangs up. She doesn't accept calls. She cuts the call. As soon as you call, she hangs up. I would have loved for her to be here with you guys. Try call her for me, Rosie. I must stop until I'll keep it there easy. You don't have her number. Let me see. That little girl is something else. She when she have her tablet, it's 2 tablets that she has destroyed so far. She throws them on the floor. I don't know if it's the noise that it makes, but she throws them on the floor. I'm trying to see if I can get to her so that she could come and share her experiences. She's the mom. I am not there all the time with her. No, as I was saying earlier. Yes, love. Oh, you're not home. Yes, indeed. It's a shame when they get to high school age. Yes, because they will hurt them for sure. And I have a friend also who has that same issue. She have a son also who is artistic as well. I'm trying to get either of them who would like to share their experiences. Nobody. These children, you have to be very careful. You have to be very watchful with them. Hey. All right, guys, I finally got through to her. So you will be hearing definitely from her mom. And you are very lucky. You are very lucky when that little one, you're very lucky when she makes friends, because it's not very easy for them to make friends. Not very easy at all to make friends. But whenever she makes friends, she is like their mom. She is like their mom. She would hold their hand, whether they are bigger or smaller. And she believes that she's the older one. Hold a second again, guys. Feeling. All right, let me see. Let me see. I'm waiting for my daughter to join so that she can share. But in the meanwhile, let me continue with now their behavior. I would have hit on some of these topics before. All right, here she is. Here she is, guys. Joe, you don't have to turn your camera on, honey.
It's one of the people them to see my pretty face. You know.
Okay, I did not know if you were comfortable. Okay. Yes, my love. Thank you for coming. So with us this evening, let me try to get a bigger. Where is this one? Let me remove myself. I wanted us to. Okay, there we go. So here is Jody, the missing piece, and here she is to tell us more and to give us more insight as to having the challenges, what challenges she faces on a daily with autism. She's here to give us an update on autism awareness and what she goes through personally with her little one. There you go, Jody. Thank you so much for coming. I am truly happy that you are here. Thank you so much for obliging me. I am really happy. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Where to start? First and foremost, hi everyone. Thanks for having me. Having an autistic child is not for the weak. A lot goes into it. There's a lot of planning, a lot of therapies, a lot of paperwork, a lot of appointments. It's not like raising a neurotypical child that, that's a typical child that like my daughter is at the age of 5, where she a typical child, neurotypical, can relate to you and say, hey, my tummy hurts, or I want this, or I need this, or somebody hit me. She does not communicate like that. At 5, her adjusted age at 5 years old is around 3 years old, because she was born 2 pounds and 6 ounces. 26 weeks. So she was very premature. So, there's an adjusted age limit. But like, it's just countless work nonstop. And it's hard. For the first 4.5 years of her life, I worked a full-time job, and now that she's getting older, it's been harder being a full-time service provider and being able to show up for all her appointments and her activities. And then she started school, and because she's special needs, they class her special needs. Her school, she's in a program that only runs 3 hours a day, and that's like midday, 11:30 to 2:30. So, and she has therapy all morning from 8 until she goes to school. Then she has a caregiver come in the afternoon. It's every day. On Mondays she has 4 to 5 appointments, just Mondays alone, plus school. And she's very picky. At this point, we're still potty training. A typical 5-year-old would already be potty trained. Sleeping, almost non-existent. So now she does get prescribed medication to help her sleep, because she does not shut down when she needs to. So it's an ongoing struggle. She doesn't like to get her hair done. So the one bun, we're rocking it until the wheels fall off. She doesn't like to get her hair done. She does regress in some things that she used to do, like wanting to brush her teeth. She doesn't want to do that anymore. It's a fight. It's a struggle. Every day is a struggle. Every day is a struggle. We do have nice days, and then we have the struggle days, like every day. But there are some joys to having her. She's a very sweet kid. And also her caregiver is also has an autistic child. So there's levels to it. There is levels. So we can relate, and there's a support system. And her therapists and her caseworkers, they're all very helpful and resourceful. But being a parent who has that child 24/7, you have to be built different. I was not born for this. Was not. I mean, I feel so.
Yes,
But
Jimmy. Thank you for coming. Sorry about that, Jody. Thank you for coming, Jimmy. And she's telling us more on. I was trying to explain the little that I have experienced myself with her, because I've never had that experience before. So that's the only child that I would have had as it relates to autism. And I can tell you from my perspective, my daughter goes through it with her. She has no time for herself. My daughter, she has no time at all for herself. When that child, when she gets home from school, I can tell you that she doesn't leave her mom's side at all. My son has autism. Your son has autism as well, Jimmy? Wow. So my daughter is sharing on her perspective, what she goes through. Jimmy, would you like to share after, or would you like to come up and share with us? If you don't mind. My daughter still has the floor, but it's open. If anyone would like to come up and share with us, that would be great. That would be amazing. If you're still here, the missing piece, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yes. So, as I was saying, she's very hyper. She loves sweets. Who doesn't? But I think she has a nose for it no matter where it is. And so I'm trying to, at this point, because she doesn't burn, I don't think she burns enough energy during the day, even though she's so active. I'm putting her in a gym. It's called the Little Gym for, for toddlers and kiddos, to see if, because they have really great programs, to see if she could burn some more energy that way, so it'll tire her out to go to bed at nights, because I don't really like keeping her medicated. I don't want to do that. And we're trying to source a cubby bed. If you look it up online, that's also another resource. A cubby bed that you can zip it like it's like a big playpen, but it's huge. It's like a queen size bed, and it has cameras on the inside. It has a night light. It makes sounds like the ocean or crickets or whatever night, sleeping sounds, but you can zip it up from the outside so they stay inside. So we're trying to resource a cubby bed for her to see if that will help with her sleep pattern. She gets speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, ABA. She gets all the therapies right now, and she gets it outside of school, plus she gets it inside of school. So it's like non-stop therapy sessions. A lot goes into having an autistic child, and I'm so grateful for my husband, who supports me, not just financially but emotionally, spiritually, every alley. My mom, I could not do this without her, because when I want to run away, babysit. It takes a community. It really does. It takes, shoot, for her, it takes the whole country, it feels like sometimes. My auntie Rosie, she have to help out. You need support. You need people who has your back when because there are times when you just feel done. You feel like overwhelmed and you feel like throwing in the towel, but you just can't. You just have to keep going. And then she comes around and she says, "I love you." She said that to me yesterday for the first time. She came over and she hugged me and she says, "I love you, mommy." And I almost cried. She's never communicated like that with me. And I almost tripped and fell, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was shocked.
Oh.
So these small things,
Mm-hmm.
you get these from a neurotypical child and you're like, "Yeah, man, I'm fine. It's okay." But when she says it, it's like, "What? Did she just say it? Did you hear it?"
Mm-hmm.
And I kept asking everybody, "Did you hear it?" It's something, it's something. And
Mm-hmm.
not only having, autism, there's other stuff that always comes with it. Either you have eczema, you have ADHD, like she has insomnia. Because she'll fall asleep in her room and she'll still wake up at 2 o'clock and come to my bed, and that's it for the rest of the day. One night she only slept 3 hours. 3 hours. Like she slept like 10:30 to 2 o'clock or something, like 12:30, something like that. And that was it for the whole day. She went to school. She had energy to burn. And I have to be up with her so she don't ruin herself or the house, and so my husband can sleep, because somebody has to pay these bills around here. But here, there in the US, mainly, there's a lot of like resources. So I'm just trying to tap into the resources as much as I can. She's classified disabled, so yeah, a lot goes into her. A whole lot. There's so much that I could say, but a whole lot goes into her that I never could have imagined. When I got the diagnosis, real story, when I got the diagnosis, all her therapists, because they got it too, all her therapists, when I took her in that day to be evaluated, and the therapists were like, "Okay, so what did they say? What happened?" And I said, "Oh, they say she's autistic." They're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You know, it was like, they were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? You'll get through this. And I was like, it's okay. She'll just be my baby for a little bit longer. Jesus Christ, if I didn't know. I did not know it was this intense. I thought it was just gonna be like speech delay. She's just gonna be a little bit behind, and no, it's major. As I said, she's 5, but adjusted age is around 3 years old, so she's like 2 years behind her peers. Um, but yes, there you as I'm open, you know, to any questions you may have. Anyone who's here in the US, I can assist with, like, you know, telling you how to reach out to get services, like, you know, Department of Social Services and, you know, Social Security, whatever it is. I'm open to, you know, helping and giving you my 2 cents, but I could sit here and talk all night about what goes into an autistic child. It's a lot. They have parent workshops. I've never gone to one. I've never had the time. Yeah, and then she's always in her own little world. She's getting more interactive now with other kids, but typically likes to be by herself. Yeah.
The mirror.
Oh yeah. I think she's vain. She will
She's
stand
not.
in front of. I bought her a full size mirror just for herself, and it's light enough where she could take it anywhere around the house. And she would stand in front of it, and she would dance, and she would look at herself, and she would play. And I don't know. She just likes that reflection. One thing with her though, as much as she loves sweets, she only drinks water. She does not like juice.
Mm-mm.
She only drinks water. She does eat. She loves fruits. Not much of a vegetable kind of child, but if I make it, she'll drink it. It depends.
She loves smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
She loves chocolates. She loves donuts.
Don't even say the word load. Stop. True story. I bought a bat. Her dad bought her. I think it's M&M's. He bought her M&Ms, and I bought an almond joy at Walmart tonight. And when we got to the kitchen, she kept coming to the kitchen, and I was afraid to take it out of the plastic bag and put it in the because I didn't want her to see it. Because no, right now I feel like she can smell it wherever she is and knows that it's in the house. That's how good her nose is.
Yeah, she loves her candies. She loves those kind of sweets.
Yes, anything chocolate given.
She's very smart. She doesn't like out of routine. Everything for her has to be routinely done.
Yeah, she's
Her
very
mom
set.
cannot pick her up from school and go someplace else. She have to pick her up, go straight home.
Her cry never stops. She cries and she fusses and she keeps looking out the window because she's like, where am I going? You know?
Yeah.
You know. And this one time she had such a fit, like she started trembling and shaking and screaming, and I had to pull over in the middle of the road and put my hazard lights on. I literally had to pull over in the middle because she just got stiff like this. And she wouldn't breathe, and I got so scared, and I had to pull over in the middle of the street, put my hazard lights on, and get out of the car in the middle of the road and go around the back and just hold her tight and squeeze her and give her some compression. And it took her a while. When she calmed down a little bit, I had to pull over to a dollar store parking lot and just park there for like 10 minutes and just hold her. So no. And then she is prone to being sick. She has been admitted to the hospital for the first year and
Good
a half
night.
of her life. She was constantly admitted to the hospital. It was like a hotel visit at that point. Hi,
All right. So here is another autistic mom. Her son is autistic, and we have to catch her quick and fast because her internet is very unstable. What is your autistic child like, Ali? Welcome. Welcome to the channel and welcome. Thank you for taking up my offer. And here you are. Let us hear about your son before the internet goes.
Thank you so much. He is very hyperactive. Very, very, very extremely friendly. He will say morning to a frog if it's true. He loves. He just he's very particular about his eating. He doesn't eat a lot of stuff. I have to bribe him to taste some things. Like he doesn't eat from the family pot, and he's 6 years old. His his diet consists of macaroni and cheese, cereal, dairy products such as cheese, eggs, bun, snacks, juice. That's it. No, no rice, no flour, no pasta. Not even pasta. But he likes mac and cheese for some reason.
When did he start eating though? Because he didn't start eating until recently.
Yes, yes. He started about he started maybe about a few months ago. A few months ago he started trying stuff. Like if you offer him something that isn't on his normal diet, he just goes like this. No, he's not. He just makes an X with his hand.
that's just like Danielle. Mac and cheese, and she's particular. She likes the cup mac, not the box.
Yes, that's the same thing
And
with
egg.
him. He doesn't eat egg. He doesn't eat egg, but he loves frankfurters.
Oh Lord.
He loves bread and peanut butter. He doesn't eat jam. He loves peanut butter alone. And he's just very particular about this stuff. He used to like every porridge, but now it's just like a certain porridges. You can't give him everything anymore. Yeah. So it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Just to know what to give him in a day, it is just a struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
He loves Shore, Pediasure, all the shores. And
And
it is
Danielle
very
never drink one bottle.
really
No.
he loves it. He loves it all. He grasps stuff quickly as well. So like if he's doing something, you just need to show it to him once and that's it. He gets it. He's very quick. He learns like it's at a different rate. He's very smart.
Yeah, they tend
But
to be very brilliant in the headspace.
yeah, I noticed that he was autistic when he was like around 3 years. When he was a baby, he was eating different foods. Like when he was like 1, 2, he was trying different foods. But when he got to the age of 3, he decided, okay, this is what I like. This is what I'm particular about. I'm not having anything else. And so I noticed autism because he loved toys and a certain toy in particular. Not every toy grabbed him, like cars and trucks and stuff like that. He would have to have a car or a truck whenever he's going somewhere or doing something. And the fact that his diet was so particular, it was just mind blowing. Like that was just abnormal to me. And so I decided to get him tested to see if he's on the spectrum. I suspected he was, but it would have been very mild. So I did get him tested, and it was confirmed that he is on the spectrum, but he is mild, as I had suspected.
Yeah, Danae is more severe than he is.
And even now, his speech he's talking, but his speech is delayed. He doesn't form all of his letters or his S and his T's, since he can't pronounce the S and the T together. So he pronounces last name without the X.
All right. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Let me welcome my friends. Classic, welcome. Well, if you see anyone new comes in, you can just welcome them. All right. So Classic is here. JB is here. Welcome to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And these two lovely people are my two daughters, and we are sharing and making autism awareness a thing. All right, we are sharing our experiences as it relates to autism. Thank you all for joining, and if there is anyone who would like to share with us, we welcome you to share what it is that you are going through as well. If you know someone who is autistic and what are their challenges. Thank you so much for being here. Jay Brown, big up yourself. So as it relates to my little grandson, how is his sleeping pattern? What is it like?
He goes to bed. He currently has a bedtime of 8 o'clock, which I try to maintain. He keeps saying that he's not tired and he's not ready to sleep. But the minute his head touches the pillow, he's out like a light. Like he goes to sleep so fast, like within minutes he's asleep. And then he gets up. It's pretty hard sometimes to get him up. No matter what time he goes to bed, it's hard to get him up in the morning sometimes. He still cries when he gets dropped off at school. His dad has to buy him a toy practically every morning before he can leave him at the school. And then the teacher have a problem to get his attention because he's playing with the toy. So it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It is a struggle. And then because he's on the spectrum, I'm a bit more lenient towards him and his tantrums.
Yeah, they do have that a lot, the tantrums. But her therapist is like, she's okay to have her feelings. Let her just blow it off. And me just want to blow it.
It looks so.
Just have her feelings. It's okay.
Oh, Julie phone on silent. That's why. You're good. Nothing to remote and the island I don't want straight.
But it rough, right? It rough. It rough. But at least he talks. And at least he communicates with you.
Him chat a little bit too much. Jeez. That young man him mouth can't lock. He will talk your ears off, believe me.
Well, his mother is not much better, so
guys, this young lady here to the extreme right. Yes, my ears, as we in Jamaica say, my ears couldn't eat grass when she was much younger. And even now, if she's trying to get her point across, she's not going to lock off or sign off until
And
she'll get her point across. And that's just who her son is as well. He's not giving up until he says what he has to say. And him chat
Well,
not
maybe-
like him mother. So
maybe
it's
she
not an
has to-
autistic thing as it relates to that. And I used to have that problem with her chatting and telling hi to the ants. She tells everybody hi. The ants, the rat, the cat, the puss, the dog, everything. And if she passes someone on the road 5 times, it's a different good morning or good evening. I think I teach them too much, too well.
They don't know strange danger. I mean, I don't know it later. Oh, and every dog she sees is bingo. Every dog is bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she run and grab the people's dogs. Every dog is bingo. No matter what the dog look like, is bingo.
She loves to squeeze, and she will squeeze them. She loves to squeeze. Mm-hmm. But it's not an easy thing having these little ones, especially they cannot relate to you. They have to sit here. Anyone? The communication barrier is a big thing, not for the little my grandson, but for my granddaughter it is. And does he have sensory issues, Alicia?
No.
My granddaughter has that issue where when she's eating, she does like this with the food, and she will rub it like this in her hand until it
rub it on her thighs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when she gets like those soft squishy animals, she will bite them up. She loves to bite stuff up.
Yeah,
if it's her, right. What about the her hair, the accessories?
Yeah, she doesn't like anything in her face. She doesn't like anything hanging down anywhere. She doesn't like jewelry. She has high sensory. Her feet, she likes nothing on her feet at all. So now she only wears Converse because we can lace it up, and because it's high, we can't do low tops. We have to do high tops. So she can't take it off. That's the only shoes she can't wear. Everything else, the second you put them on, she kick them off. She don't like shoes. She don't like socks. So her soles and her head, very sensitive. When she's sleeping or even in the car, I have to take her blanket because she always covers her face. She'll cover her face. And she responds to stimuli. Sometimes you just have to, like yesterday I was driving and she was fussing and I had to sing the wheels on the bus go round and round for her to calm down and squeeze her feet, the bottoms of her feet. So one hand back here squeezing her feet and one hand steering. So stimulation is a very big part. Giving her pressure, some pressure. Textures is a thing for her. Some food textures she won't eat, like sweet potato. If it's soft, she's not eating it. She likes dumpling because of the texture, but she won't eat sweet potatoes or boiled green bananas or that kind of stuff. She likes chicken and fish, but she's just very particular with a lot of things. Textures is a big thing for her. She was eating turkey, and I never know she liked turkey.
Really?
I think that's a problem for my son as well. He doesn't eat meat. Like, and in general, he doesn't eat any form of meat. He's a something Syrian because he doesn't eat meat and he doesn't eat vegetable. He's a something Syrian. He doesn't eat. So I don't know what kind of Syrian. He's a no.
Daniel will eat eggs a day if you let her.
Per day
or more. If you let her.
And now
because she's eating 3 eggs for one sitting in the morning. Just eggs, 3 eggs. And when she comes home from school, you ask her what she wants. Eggs. for
No, she
dinner.
go take it from the fridge. She go take it out, and she go and gets a pot from underneath where it is, and she gets her cheese and her spoon. She gonna cook her own eggs.
Mm-hmm.
She loves being in the kitchen. She loves
I wish
helping cook. She'll make her
was
eggs.
was much more. You can't take him nowhere. The only place you can take him is places where they sell chips, fries. That's all you eat. When you go to a fast food restaurant, if they don't have fries, we can't stay there.
If she's
Make
hungry,
no
Jody cannot pass a fast food cookout. She cannot
Cook out
pass
her
McDonald's. Mm-mm.
French
but
fries,
Um,
cheeseburger.
she eats everything
cheeseburger,
off the
and she doesn't eat the bread from the cheeseburger, just the patty and the cheese. She takes everything off. The pizza is the same thing. I didn't hear that, Ali.
Said I wish my son would eat even the cheese and the meat only.
Oh my God.
If I
Mm-mm.
take King or KFC or McDonald's or Popeyes or anywhere I take him, it's just fries, French fries, nothing else. That's all he wants, fries and juice. If you want a piece of the chicken, mommy, you know I don't eat chicken, I don't eat meat, so I guess he's a vegetarian. But if I give him
That's something Tyrion.
so I don't know, he's a something Aryan or he's a nothing Aryan.
Um, what about how about noise? How about them and noise or bright lights?
He was very sensitive. He was when he was much younger. Very sensitive to noises. Like we'd be inside the house and a bike passes by. He'd be
Yeah.
sleeping and he just jumps out of his sleep. He covers his
Mhm.
ears. If he's in the house and we're playing music, he starts crying. I said, "What's wrong?" He says, "It's too loud. It's just too loud." And even he was sensitive to light as well. He would say it's too bright sometimes. But he's fine now. He's fine now.
What
Just,
about
Danae is
you, the
still
missing piece?
sensitive to sound. She's
is
still
he?
sensitive to sound. She covers her ears a lot. I know I'm
Okay.
having to give her a weighted blanket. Again, she had one all through daycare. And now her therapist said I need to get her another one. That will probably help her to sleep.
Um, how is it when you go out with these children? What is that experience like?
Well,
You got
Well, I can say that it's not easy for mom to go out with the little girl because you have to lift her. Sometimes you put her in the cart and she's not staying in there. She wants to come out. But when she comes out, she doesn't want to keep her shoe on so that she's touching everything and she loves to lick stuff. So you have to be very careful when she goes out. You have to watch her carefully and she will wander off by herself.
yeah.
And if she sees candies and stuff, she is going to pick them up and she wants to open it right away. But it's not an easy thing to have that child going out to walk with her. It's not easy. What about Naz? What is it
I
like?
had to buy a leash for him. I was fascinated and saying, only dogs wear leashes and people who I was very skeptical about it. I read all the comments on parents who have their kids on leash or leads or whatever you call it. I was one of the skeptics, but I lost my son. I went downtown with him in a store and he walked out, leave me, and I was traumatized. I was looking for him in downtown Kingston, in the heart of this big town, walking up and down looking for my 4-year-old son. And somebody said he's walking around the corner calling mommy while I was in the store. And I found him in a lady's lap, quite happy, a fella's lap. He
Ah,
was
woman,
quite
go look.
happy. I mean, this lady could have taken him away, a man could have taken him away, anything could have happened. I was so elated when I found him. I decided, you know what? I'm not letting him out of my sight. Even now he's 6, and I have to hold his hand whenever we go anywhere because he wanders off. No matter where we are, how close we are, I have to be vigilant. My eyes can't be off him. He wanders off.
Mm-hmm. What about the stigma that comes with having an autistic child, sorry.
I've been there. I've faced it where somebody say he's sick, so they understand. So he was at school and he got into an altercation with another child, and the child's grandmother said that, oh, him sick, him kind of sick in him head, so I understand.
Yeah, because the awareness in Jamaica is not as wide as here. Here, there are avenues that deals with this. In Jamaica, there is little to none resources for these conditions. So persons don't know how, even in time past, we would say a person is a handicap.
Bad in bad.
No, a handicap. That person is handicapped. No, you cannot. It's stigmatized. So you would say that person has a disability.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with having an autistic child. They don't know how to categorize that condition. And persons will look at that child, you know, just as she said earlier. Have you ever had that experience, the missing piece?
So to touch on before that, so she does wander. She will elope. She gets out of the house by herself. So we've had to put extra locks on the top of the door. Because one evening I pulled into my driveway and we were in an apartment complex and she was outside. A grown-up was here, her big brother was here, but she escaped. She's quick. She was outside, they called the police pulled in right behind me. 3 adults was just standing there looking down at this child outside with her digestive cookie and her iPad. I guess she was running away. So and if you have bodies of water close, she loves water. So autistic kids tend to, when they elope, they either tend to get hit by a car or drown or something. So that's something very frightening. Like you said, Naz, they would say he eloped when he wandered off. But she does do that as well. I think I've never really gotten any discrimination because of her diagnosis or she being on the spectrum. I think it's because it's more widely accepted here. She got into an altercation with this child on the playground. Not really an altercation because she typically plays by herself, but she was on the top of the slide and he tried tooth and nail to push her off, and he was successful in pushing her off the slide. And she fell to the ground. So I don't think the daycare personnel, they did anything about it. They didn't call me and tell me. It was her therapist who told me. The therapist was there. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything to the child or say anything. There was no repercussions or anything. But I have not had anybody treat me indifferently because of her situation or her diagnosis. People are typically chill or they're really nice here about it. Because she stims a lot and she flaps her hands or she does and she makes funny sounds a lot. She does it in public, and nobody has turned their nose up. If they do, I don't see because I don't care. So no, people have just been nice that I've seen. I've Mother's Day, me and her will be at out dining and people just buy us breakfast, or they'll come over and want to say hi to her, play with her, you know, compliment her. But no, not really. I can't recall.
Not here. Not here. Welcome, Simone. Welcome, my darling. Here is
Thank
another.
you.
Here is another huge YouTuber. She's a big YouTuber, guys. Say welcome, Simone.
Welcome, Sima. Welcome.
So Simone is a good friend of mine, a close sister of mine. She's also a YouTuber like myself, and she has the same issues, having to raise an autistic child. I keep saying artistic. Well, listen to me and leave me alone.
She's artistic. She likes to paint and draw.
Right. So just like the missing piece, she has a child who is similar, very similar to my the missing piece here. So Simone, I know it's very late for you because Simone is all the way in New Hampshire, so you know what it's like.
You know what it's like a time reference? No.
It's yeah, man. She's in England.
Oh, excuse my.
Yeah. Welcome, Sim.
Hi.
And thank you for taking up my request, my darling.
All right.
Thank you. No problem at all. Hi, Joe. Hi. Is it? I haven't got my glasses on. Is it Alicia?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hi and hello, my darling. How is everybody doing? It is late. It's 1:38 a.m.
All right. So I'm giving you 5 minutes and get off. Get off my stage.
Okay, let's see. Let's see about it. That's all right. It's good to be here, though. It's good to be here.
We need to spread more awareness on autism because it is something that is more prevalent amongst us, and a lot of people doesn't know about it. You know, in Jamaica, it's not something that is widely spoken of. You will see a child who has a problem and a bad or am I idiot? You know? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Or
because
they say the word handicap or something like that.
There you go. And it is stigmatized. There it is. And there is no much help there for these ones. What is your life like having that condition, Sim?
Well, it is kind of bittersweet, to be honest with you. I love my daughter. I thank God for her. I've got 2 older children. I've got teenage boys, and my daughter is now 6, and my boys are not on the spectrum, but my daughter is. And I was listening to Joe while she was talking and saying some stuff where it takes more out of you having an autistic child. My daughter too will run away if you give her the chance. She'll open the door and she'll go. At least she ran away before. She ran away from here to the park. We thought that she didn't understand. She didn't know anything. She opened the door. She ran straight to the park. And I was so shocked because you have to cross a main road. So
wow.
I was never ever thinking that she even had the potential or she knew where the park was. But she just opened the door and just ran away to the park. I couldn't even walk her anything. My son found her. Same as if she see any water, and that scares me so much. If she see any water, she'll go into it. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a river, a lake, or the sea. She will walk right into it because she just thinks that it's water and she's just playing with water. So you have to keep an extra eye on her. along many other things, she was eating non-food items up until recently. I've not seen her eating it now, but she'll take up any like a bottle of something on the road and just drink it. If you let her, she'll just think that it's water. If she see a water bottle, even if it's dirty, she'll just pick it up and drink it. So you have to like pay this extra care and attention to her. A lot of people with autistic kids have very similar characteristics, but when her educational psychiatrist said to me that her her um her characteristics are very unique, because sometimes she do stuff like she goes into my kitchen, she'll pick up potatoes, peel them off, cut them up, put them in the kettle. She'll if she can find the flour, she'll make up a dough and put it in the microwave and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, where does she get that knowledge to do that? But yet still, she's 6, and if you say hi to her, she can't say hi back to you.
Yeah.
She can't
Yeah.
say hi back to you. She can't communicate verbally. She does use echolalia, which is echoing stuff, but not directly from you, mostly from the cartoons. She uses
Mm-hmm.
scripted language as well. So she will use words appropriately, like she will say, "Thank you very much." But she heard that in the in the cartoons, and then she will she will say goodbye, but still the way she heard it in the cartoon, but in the right context. So it's kind of scripted language.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And just to quickly jump on what you said about Jamaica, it is so different there. We were in Jamaica 6 months ago. I took her with me there. And she wasn't frowned upon or like discriminated, but I felt bad. You know how I felt bad? Because everybody keeps saying like, "Oh, she's like that little girl," and then she starts saying that. They start saying that, "Yes, is one of them like they would say, is one of them like, let me say Hannah then. Is one of them like Anna? Yes, it's like his daughter or so and so daughter is one like her. Oh, this," and they just keep, oh gosh, it was too much. They kept comparing her to every single, I don't know, sick child that you'd know. They kept saying that is one like her. Oh yes, a one like them. And then they just ask you in a very funny way. They'll ask you, how old she be? Oh, she not target. And honestly, they didn't directly discriminate, but the way they were asking and the way they were talking, it just makes some of my family member understood, because it was mostly people that were traveling. So because we went for a funeral, so most of my family member comes from overseas, so they were there, so they understood. So they were very accepting of it. And if you know anything about Jamaican people, if you travel from overseas and they see you and whatever you're doing, they want to do it too. So that's how they get to accept her a little bit. One of my aunts, my grand aunts, actually said that, "Oh, she's not gonna get better, she's gonna get worse." I'm like, Jesus Christ, why did she say that? But it's difficult. On the bottom line, it's difficult. It's better living here, but it's still hard, because it's almost like you give your child over to the system here. And I've got a channel with me and her called Sim and Mo, where I open up a lot, I where I'm having struggles right now with school, because our educational healthcare plan states that she definitely does need a private school, but the private schools are just giving me the runaround. They're not taking her. So she's in her mainstream school, and then they kind of put her in this small little group where I think that she's isolated just with 5 other kids. So it gets really difficult. It gets really difficult. And I'm gonna end here, but if anyone have an autistic child, doesn't matter if it's mild, or even now they say that they stop saying mild or high functioning, or all those labels. If you're autistic, you're just autistic. But
Mhm.
like, if you have an autistic child, if it's anything like what I've experienced, you need all the patience in the entire world. My
Mm-hmm.
daughter doesn't sleep well. She jumps, she flops her hands, she makes funny sound. She right now, I don't know how my thumb hasn't relocated because or dislocated, because she just pull my thumb anything she wants. She comes and she pull my thumb, she drags me to where she wants and she points there and
Yeah.
I have to go. And it's hard. It's very
This
hard.
this sounds like the missing pieces daughter as well. It's the same thing for her. Yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
pulls her to get whatever, but we try to encourage her to speak. If she
Mm,
has something in her hand that she needs to be opened, we try to prompt her to say, "Open, please,"
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, and she will reiterate. She will say it, and she will pull you to the fridge, the refrigerator, to the cupboard, and she gets her chair. She stands on her chair and she tries to reach up, and then she will be like pulling your hand down to pick her up, and you have to prompt her to say, "Up, please," stuff like that. So my daughter has that same issue.
Yeah, and she's
You're not
also in
alone.
at a small class room with like five other kids at the school because yes, I did get discriminated against. I just remembered when, because no daycare wanted to take her because they didn't want to be accountable, or they didn't want the stress or to be bothered. So that's why I had to put her in school, because the daycares didn't want to take her. And this daycare had me take her out of daycare on Fridays, or any day her therapist wasn't going to be in daycare with her, her ABA. The daycare didn't want her in there in there. So I'm glad I as you said that, it just came back to me that yes, I do have that experience as well.
wow. It's such a shame because they're the ones that you think that would. And the thing is, we've got them 24 hours a day. It's difficult. We've got no help. They've got assistant, they've got other kids, they've got resources, they've got stuff that they can use for them. They've got common things, but they find it so difficult. Even this little small group that she's in, every second they call me. I'm so annoyed of them. Every second they would call me to come and get this girl. Every single second. But I don't know. It's hard. All I can say that it's very difficult.
Oh.
And that's why I was inviting Marlene, because she also has an autistic child who is very hard to handle. And she would have some of these same experiences. But for her child, he would clean. He would use all the paper towel in the house, and he would run the water. He would wash every plate that he sees. Very clean child as it relates to that. And it's not easy for her either, because just as you said, the teacher would call her every tick the clock tick to come and get that child. So basically, it's not something easy to deal with. You can wrap up, Sim, because I know it's late for you, darling.
Can I ask you a question before you go, though, please?
Sure.
Like, how did you get her to eat, try new foods or stuff, or did she just do that on her own?
That question is for Simone.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, my darling. The thing is, the only problem I don't have with my daughter is food. That's the only thing I don't. That's the only problem. She's very what do you call it? She knows. She's very aware of the things that she doesn't eat, and that's when she'll go ahead and tell you no. And if you give her egg, then she will pretend as if she's being sick, and she will do like she's gonna puke because she doesn't want to see it. And she doesn't like sweets and she doesn't drink juice. but she eats her food. She eats when I cook. She eats from the family pot. She eats rice, and she loves chicken. Fried chicken is her favorite.
Wow.
Yeah, she eats almost everything she eats. She loves meat. So I don't have any, and since she was a baby, and if I just tell you this quick, when she was like, maybe she started on solids at 6 months. Solids are like the little baby food solids.
Mhm.
And then by the time she was 1 year old, and I've got videos and everything, she was eating proper porridge, like, like Jamaican cornmeal porridge. She was eating that by the time she was one, and she was feeding herself as well. And by the
Wow.
time she get to two, she had her proper Weetabix and had her milk, had her water, had her mash. She doesn't eat mash anymore. I think it reminds her of the egg, to the way how we do it. And when she got to 2.5, she did her 2.5 development check. She was fine. And after she had those two and a half boosters, those 6 immunizations, that is the time when it's almost like she started regressing. She just started going back.
Yes.
She it's almost like she couldn't crawl.
I
And
said
but she started walking at 8 months old. She
Wow.
was doing every single thing. She was the quickest baby. My kids are very quick. But after this girl had those 6 injections back to back, it's almost like they put her in slow motion.
Mm-hmm. My daughter
She
said
used
the
to
same
say,
thing.
yeah, she used to say, Mama. He used to tell her to go get you the remote and stuff. Now she's 6. It's almost like I'm just trying to teach her now to like the things that she was doing when she was 1.
I have to sit up for it because I said it and nobody listens. She when she was younger, before even one, she had a high chair. She would eat everything. She'd eat grapes, eggs, bread, everything. She was talking. She'd say bye bye. She was doing everything a typical neurotypical child does. And then she got her booster shot and she regressed. And I said it to her pediatrician. I've said it to the therapist. I keep saying it, and they're like, no, immunizations don't give you autism. I'm like, it did something. It triggered something. It
Mm-hmm.
did something, and nobody listens. Nobody. I'm not the first person who's had that experience.
Marlene
She
has the same experience. Marlene has the same experience because Marlene says her child was doing all this stuff. And then after she noticed that after he got immunized, I don't remember at what point, then he regressed. So there
Mhm.
has to be something that is happening in these boosters, in these shots that they are being given. I believe there is
It's heavy
something.
metals in the vaccines, heavy metals or something, because a neurotypical child, the brainstem, you'll just see like a sliver of light up or rainbow, but autistic child, the whole brain cell, the whole head, just bright. And this mom, she took her kid um to do some workup or whatever, and they said it's heavy metals in the child's system. It's his neuro system. Cause he's like 21. I HIPAA violation. I'm not violating. I work in healthcare, but I can say, a person of 21 who cannot talk. He can't talk. He can't help himself. If you say bye bye, he'll be like, say bye bye. And the mom said the same thing. After shots, her child regressed, and nobody listens to us because nobody wants to be accountable.
Exactly. And because they want to continue doing it. And I told them, I literally told, she's never had any more since then. I literally told them, they call me all the time. She needs these preschool boosters. Then she needs this, she needs that. I'm saying no. I'm refusing. She's not having any more. She's not having none of that lot. And they sort of like ask a lot of people to call me and be like, oh, you're responsible for her, you have a duty of care to her, and all of that stuff. So I just tell them that I'm not gonna do it because, as you said, nobody is believing because they want to continue. It's not like we are conspiracy
Right.
theorists or anything like
Right.
that, but it is our reality. And why are we not allowed to talk, and why don't we? I'm not totally against what they're doing because I'm definitely sure that we've had some in Jamaica. Like almost every person in Jamaica, you can see that mark on their hand where they had their shots when they were little. But it is what they are giving is the problem here. Is the experimental drugs that they are using and all the crazy stuff that they speak so fast. They give you nothing to read, they give you nothing to consent. They just ask you, oh, is it okay to give her this or is it okay to give her that? And they tell you whatever they want to tell you that is in there.
Mhm.
But it's just finding out the real truth, you know? What are they injecting into these children? Because
Right.
I have got two other children, as I said before, that are not on the spectrum. But maybe whatever they passed on to this girl, her body just couldn't fight it off.
Yeah. I have three other kids that are also not on the spectrum. A 21, 19, and 16, and they're neurotypical kids. Perfect. And then this one. And this is the only one born here. And it's the only one autistic. So yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you know what I can say, sis? Because we've already got them and they're so fragile anyway, and they're girls. Oh my goodness, they're girls. They are girls. We just have to just come to this acceptance. I put one of these shorts on the channel that I do with me and her the other day, and it was speaking about acceptance. And sometimes we as autism moms or autism parents, we say to ourselves that yes, I do accept it, but deep down in our heart there is a kind of consciousness that we have to come to. Like, I have got an autistic child, like I am an autism mom. Things are going to be different for me, not just now, but it's forever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how they progress, it doesn't matter how much better they get, it doesn't matter how they start speaking, walking, talking, or eating, they are going to remain an autistic adult. I am a strong believer. I'm a Christian woman. I believe in God, but an autistic child is going to definitely grow up to be an autistic adult. It doesn't mean that they're going to be held back. They're going to be less fortunate. They're going to have less opportunities or anything, but it still has to remain in the back of our heads that we've got autistic children and we are always going to have to be there as long as we are around. And that is accepting that we have got an autistic child. It is very, very hard. It's very hard. When I went to the educational psychiatrist, where all these procedures that I had to go through to get our educational health care plan, I broke down so bad, even though I was so strong. Like, I always go to the meetings on my own because my husband just can't cope. So I say, let me go on my own because I'm with her every day. And I'm a person where if I'm confident and I know what I know, nothing nobody can tell me to make me feel no way different because I know what I know. And I broke down in the meeting because when they start getting to the point where they ask you about how do you see her as an adult, you know? Do you
Yeah.
see her getting married and having her own kids and
Yeah.
living on her own and those kind of things? And that makes me break down so bad. I cried so hard in that place that it was the first time I ever cried when I went to one of those meetings. And it is because I had to, in that time, at that moment, come to that acceptance that we all have to come to, that it's our reality to live with, like forever, and it's extremely difficult. But I'm here for her. I'll always be here for her as long as God permits. For the people who discriminates against autistic children or people, shame on them. Shame on them. I'm never ever ashamed of my child. If I take her out and she makes funny sound, she looks at people. I almost started crying there. Then I remember something. I have to start laughing. My daughter, if she see anyone like with a bald head or anything, she'll just slap them in their heads. I don't know
You
why.
don't know better.
she'll just she just gives somebody the biggest slap in their head, and she always do it to old men. And I have to say, I'm so sorry.
Oh
She
God.
does it a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah,
times. She does it a
Oh
couple of times where she just sat beside somebody. I just slap them. And I have to be like, I'm so sorry. I am sorry. She's autistic. I always let her wear a lanyard that says that I'm autistic or I'm different or something. Because I'm telling you, she will just say if she ever see a bald headed person, I have to take her away real quick.
That's not the autism in her, it's the Jamaican.
oh my goodness. Yeah, cause we love slapping bald heads, right?
I don't know why, but I don't like doing that. I'm so guys, I'm so scared. If I see a bald-headed person, I have to. If I don't. We don't regularly take the bus, but sometimes she wants to go there. If I go on the bus and I see a bald-headed person, I can't sit beside him because even if you say no, if you hold her hand down, if anytime she gets the opportunity, she'll do it.
She's waiting on the perfect opportunity.
She
How
is
about
waiting.
the financial strain? I know it takes a toll emotionally, but also what about financially?
Oh, the
This is
others are. I think
I
the
think
internet
I think
dropped.
them drop off a
So
line.
yeah. And I wish they were here to like explain theirs because mine's the financial thing is with living in England, if anyone knows they can confirm with you. Like they're fully looked after here. You don't even have to do anything. You don't need to take out any insurance. You don't need to do anything. You can apply for something called DLA. I think it's
Oh,
disability living allowance,
okay.
and they'll give you money to look after her. It depends. Oh, here's Joe coming back.
I got disconnected. I got a call coming.
Yeah, so your mom was asking about
Emotionally
financially.
and financial, yeah. How is it
Yeah,
emotionally? And emotionally, I know for a
yeah.
fact how draining, how taxing it is. But just asking for others, how emotionally taxing or draining is it, or financially draining?
You know, emotionally, a lot of times I feel like I'm alone, even with people around me. I feel like because she's my child, my
Mhm.
responsibility. So even if I have help, sometimes it still feels like it's all me. I don't know if I make sense.
Yeah.
And even though my husband is very supportive, or my son will help me out sometimes, and she has a caregiver who comes in, it just feels like it's me 24/7 because other people will be here and she'll not want to cleave onto them. It'll just be me. And so
Mhm.
it gets very tiring. I can't take a shower. I can't eat. I can't take a nap. I can't do
Mhm.
nothing. Um, without her. Um, Financially, so at first it wasn't too bad because when she was in daycare, I got what was called daycare vouchers from the government. They would pay for her daycare, um, give her special needs scholarships that would cover her daycare. But since the daycares keep giving me a fight, um, and I put her in school, I'm, they're no longer providing that. She goes to public school, so it's free. But now, because of all the other things that she has going on and all her appointments, I'm not able to work full time anymore. So now I'm only PRN, which means a huge paycheck cut. So a lot of my bills like started falling on the wayside, my credit cards and stuff. But I applied for disability. We have here in the US what it's called Social Security disability. So I applied for Social Security for her and got approved. So the government sends a monthly stipend for her. That helps out a whole lot. But the stipend doesn't cover everything. So at night, when I can, if I ask my mom or Auntie Rosie or somebody to babysit for me so I can go drive Uber and come back before her caregiver leaves, just to make a little bit of extra, because during the daytime she has ABA therapy between 8 a.m. to 11:30 when she goes on the school bus to go to school, and then she comes back home 2:30. And so 11:30 to 2:30 I can't work in that period of time. There's no way. That's just give me time to go run errands or clean up or whatever it is, because it's hard to even take her grocery shopping because it's chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So it's financial, it's tough, and it's mainly hand to mouth at this point. And I know that it's temporary, or at least I tell myself that. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a real challenge. Unless I'm gonna like start my own business, I don't see myself working a full-time job right now with her schedule, because my life is centered around her schedule. So it's not vice versa. It's not the other way around. Because these are things we have to do to make sure she's getting the care she needs, she's getting the support she needs. And as parents, that's some one of the sacrifices we make. And Simone did touch on a very huge point. When a lot of times I sit down and I think, is this it for the rest of her life? Like, will she able to have any sort of normal, what we think is normal? Will she ever be able to get her own apartment or drive a car? And her ABA therapist this morning was saying, well, we're going to help her. We're going to speak it into being, and we're going to try to make sure that she'll be able to do this and that and the third on her own without support. We're going to get her there. But I don't think so. I'm not putting that out there, but that's gonna be very hard. It's very hard. That it makes me scared. Like, are they gonna be treating her in how are they gonna relate to her in school? Is she always gonna be in a special needs class? Are the kids gonna be mean to her? What happens if she goes to college? It's constantly on the gears are grinding all the time, worrying how when you're not there, or God forbid, and you should close your eyes, what's gonna happen to her, because no one else has the patience and the tolerance that us as moms have for our own child. While another mom will be like, oh, I love her and she's nice and I'll take care of her, the patience that you have for your own child, someone else won't have it. It's just what it is. It is what it is. But it's very difficult financially, and mental. It takes all my mental a lot. Sometimes I get so frustrated and I'll snap at my poor husband. And he's like today, and he was like, "Babe, calm down," because along with her, and then life. It can be a lot. And if you're a mom and a wife and you work and you have the family to take care of, it's just a lot constantly. A lot.
And having your mom to deal with on top of all that.
My mom, yes, with her issues, cause I'm head wash and head cook and buckle wash, so them say it. I'm just pulled in different parts, but I'm not. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm happy that I'm fortunate enough to be able to be there and wear all these hats and provide all these roles. Because someone has to do it, and it's just God's grace that He chose me to do it and gave me, because I didn't have patience in the past. I was one of the most impatient person ever. But having an autistic child, you have to learn it. You have to grow some. And I didn't know about autism until I had my daughter. When I didn't know it was a thing until I had her. That's why when she first got diagnosed, I was like, she's just my baby a little bit longer. It's fine. But then all these other things that comes with it, it's a process. It's a process.
Thank you. Simone, I'm gonna release you because it is
I'm not ready
extremely
to
late.
go.
She's not ready
Huh?
to go. Leave her alone.
I'm not ready to go. I've
Okay,
answered mine
because I
yet.
know it's late, so whenever, yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, Sim.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's so
yeah. Autistic moms need autistic moms to talk to. We need people to hear. I need to hear that I'm not the only one going through this. My
Mm-hmm.
situation is so similar to Jody's own. I'm not working for 2 years now. Mainly because of my daughter and also because of health conditions that I have of my own. And as she said, it is very, very difficult. We also do get some support here from the government. Ours is called DLA, Disability Living Allowance. And it does help, as you say, but it doesn't go as far as you would
Mm-hmm.
think it will go because autistic children need different food and they can't wear certain clothes and they need certain toys and they need to go to sessions and they need to go to their soft play and all of that lot. Like my daughter, she loves a bit of a takeaway sometimes. So it is just added expenses that my other children would not have
Mm-hmm.
just incur all of those kind of extra additional costs that you have to. So all of that money kind of goes back into her altogether. So it's not almost like it's almost like she gets it, but it's just for her. So it doesn't like really benefit us. And as she said, you are still a mom 24 hours. And I just lay here and I listen to her when she said that she feels alone because that's exactly how I feel. And then I've got mixed emotions because I feel so bad that my husband does so much. He is the sole breadwinner of the house. He works very hard. He tries when he can. He helps us. He
Mm-hmm.
cooks for us. He gives us moral and emotional support. He just does his best, but I have to talk to myself that it's enough, but something inside of me is making me feel like he's not doing as much as
Yeah.
I'm doing. Like now my daughter's been sick for a couple of days and I'm the one that has to like sleep with her. I have to cuddle her. She sleeps on top of my chest like a little baby. Mind you, this is a big heavy girl and she sleeps underneath my arm. And she could go right back up there, she would go. She goes under my dress sometimes. She just clings so I don't know. Sometimes I
They're
wonder if she
very
wants to go
clingy.
back in my tummy.
And they
yeah,
don't cling to.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Dad will be standing right there by the refrigerator,
Mm-hmm.
and she has something in a like a gummy or something in her hand, and wants it open, and she'll walk past him to come
And
find
come
him
to
back
you.
to open it.
Yeah, my daughter is like that. My daughter will be up here playing, and for a second, she's like, "Oh my God, I'm away from mom for 1 minute." And then she will be storming down the stairs. And I'm like, "I'm right here. Go back. I'm not going anywhere. Go back upstairs." And she'll not. She'll not. And if I say sometimes, like, Joe was saying as well, sometimes I'll sit down, and that's why I have to say that we as parents, we just have to accept and keep on just keep it on, because I don't think anyone else could do it but us. Because she'll be sitting on the sofa, I'll be sitting right there beside her, and it's even her toes, she have to let it touch me. And I'm like, I just need
I
1 minute. I just
All
need
right.
one
So for
minute with no one touching my body, no one touching me, no one up in my face, no one up in my space. I just need to sit here. I'll sit in the same room with you, but don't touch me. Like, I need, my body needs a minute to breathe. And she's like, "Oh no, you're not having." I'm like, I'm conjoined to you.
yes, even, even the toes got to be on your thigh, something, a finger.
Something. Even
With
when I'm like, sit over there. So I've got my sofa. I got a sofa that's on like an axle. So one of them is a round one that spins because they love spinning, right? So I deliberately got that. So if she goes in there, somebody can just spin it round and it will go 360 all the way. She'll be spinning for however long she wants. So that comforts her. What do you know? She'll be there spinning and one of her leg is outside touching me every single time she pass. I've given up with this girl. I've given up with her. She will not sleep alone. She will not sleep alone. And then you start to think, can I have a 6-year-old in my bed? You know?
my
And then
son
you
doesn't
start to
sleep alone.
think, I don't want to be sleeping in separate rooms with my husband because of my daughter, but it is how it is.
this
No,
is
I must ask.
my
I
this
must.
bed. This is my bed. See,
My son, my son, my son cannot sleep.
see, see, hot cover.
All her babies. It's the
I'm
same.
I'm just
Girl,
Listen,
you've got your kids and your grandkids in your bed with you.
welcome, welcome, Rushing Wind. Let me welcome my darling Ruby in the house. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming, my darling. We are here making or sending awareness out to persons who knows nothing, absolutely nothing, or just a little bit on autism awareness. So we're kind of keeping persons abreast on what is happening, because I have like two now that I'm close with, two of my grandchildren, plus others who I've come in contact with, and I too am learning about their pattern, and it is something that is really not easy, because this is now another question that I must ask. It is personal, but just to let persons know, having these children sleeping with you, how do you have alone time with your partner?
All right. So before we move on to that, I'd like to give my part on the financials.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So in Jamaica, we don't have. Well, I'm not aware of any financial aid from any government institution for autistic kids. So it's just me and my spouse, his dad. That's all the financial backing that we really have. Sometimes my mom chips in or my sisters. Whenever we're short, I can call. I can always call on them and say, hey guys, I'm in this situation or whatever. But apart from that, it's really hard. As I said before, my son is a very extremely picky eater, so he doesn't eat from the family pot like at all. So it's expensive, and the stuff that he eats, you cannot. It's very expensive in Jamaica. Like Ensure, Pediasure, Suppligen. It's expensive. Those are the stuff that he likes.
I love a
And it's not,
supplicant.
oh my gosh. You cannot pass the shop without having to stop and buy him a Suppligen. And he does not want one. He wants like 3. And one is for like 500 Jamaican dollars. Or close. Very close, almost $500. So it's expensive. It is very expensive. So
Yeah.
and yeah, it is expensive
And
for us.
they don't they don't have resources there in Jamaica for
So
a lot of stuff. And even
yeah,
I spoke on um the path advancement through health and education last night, and that too should have been an avenue where these conditions are addressed, because
so you have
um the government, I believe, should put these, but there are so much things that they overlook that is very important. That's a
yeah, but
third
even
world country, so I guess.
Simone was saying that her child has to be touching her. I have another child. I have a daughter. She's 3, and my son is extremely jealous of her. So if I'm putting them to bed and I kiss my daughter and say I love you, he gets upset and he says, "Mommy, you don't love me." And I said, "Why you say that?" He said, "Because you only kiss my sister and not me. So if I kiss her once, I have to kiss him once, and if I kiss her twice, I have to kiss him twice. It has to be even." And even
Mhm.
sleeping, if I'm putting her to bed, he has to be somewhere on me, on my personal space. And if I turn my back to him, he's like, "Mommy, you don't love me. You're not hugging me up." If he falls asleep in the bed and I get up and I go somewhere else, 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, he gets up out of the bed and he finds me. He smells me wherever I am. He sniffs me out.
Well, that's a
Yeah.
boy, and that's how boys are. I don't know.
I'm like, I just got up. I just came in the bathroom and he's at the door. "Are you almost finished?" I said, "What do you want? You coming back to bed?" I said, "I'll be there soon." He's like, "Okay, for you." Waiting for me. And if I'm using the bathroom, he sits on the stairs and he waits until I'm finished. Come back without me.
My goodness.
Yeah, my sister doesn't
All
do
in
that.
all,
Listen.
it's not easy having these little ones to deal with and having your personal thing going on at the same time. You are a whole human being who have needs. You want your own um alone time. Do you get alone time? Much more time with your spouses. And that too is very important. It can cause a wedge or a rift, in your relationship. Are you able to go out by yourself, or sometimes you have to hide whatever it is? It's not easy. So we have to raise awareness on these kind of things because it is happening. It's very, very prevalent in society today. In time past, when I was younger growing up, I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about autism. It wasn't a thing. Never heard of it. When I was an adult, when I became an adult in my um older teenage years, young mom, 20s, 30s, I didn't know anything about autism. It is just now that I'm hearing about autism so prevalent. It wasn't a thing. So I I want to believe that it has something to do with the vaccines that they are giving to these children because they are developing different sicknesses these days, not only autism now.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know of ADHD before either.
There you go. So,
Yeah,
back to
and
my previous question. Go ahead.
just a short one before you go to your previous question. I forgot. You know how you were saying you've got a friend and how her son loves cleaning.
Mhm.
Also, with autism, there is a lot of hidden other mental conditions as well because it sounds to me like that's some kind of characteristics of what do they call it, OCD.
OCD.
And because the autism spectrum is so wide, it's almost like they just grab them and throw them on that spectrum, and the rest of mental challenges are not even addressed
Mm-hmm.
and looked into. And as you say, like the ADHD is a whole different thing on a whole as well, different from the ASD. So it is a lot. And if you can, you know what I always think about, Jody? If it's so hard for us, can you imagine for our autistic kids having to navigate a world where everything seems different to them? So that keeps me going sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask Alicia as well. Have you checked out that path thing if they would consider like giving that kind of different stipend because of the autism, especially um if it is diagnosed, because I know they can be, you know, discretionary in some cases in Jamaica. So I don't know if it's something that you've checked out already.
Unmute your mics. Your mic, Ali.
Hi guys. So just a moment. You have a fever again.
Oh
I'll be
Lord.
right. Yeah.
So guys, she have the little one. She has been having fevers. She has been having frequent fevers from the past couple of days, and this is a thing with her. So we might have to allow her. We're gonna allow her to go and take care of her. She's gonna have to put her under the cold running water. You know what it is like.
Yeah,
I
because I think they're both she or just Naz prone to
both of
seizures,
them,
but they get fevers.
both of
Yeah,
them.
poor babies.
I know. Sorry, sis Alicia. It's all right. Go look after your baby. I know exactly how it is. My daughter is sick at the moment as well, and it don't feel good. You can also use rose water to like just wash over her body. I don't know if you know rose water that I use for baking. It's really good as well. But
Oh,
even though in Jamaica we like to like chase the fever away, but you know, it's not good to just get something to just abruptly stop the fever like that, because it's that's your body talking to you. So you can just go and look after your baby, sis.
All right, Alicia, I'm gonna remove you from the stage and let you do your thing. All right.
Okay.
yeah. Okay, she gone. I'll message her. Sponge bath, Ali. Sponge bath.
Yeah,
I'm
me
And
gonna.
she
know, me
have a
know. Me
cold.
have a
She
squash that.
also have a cold towel that she put on her head, on their
Mhm.
head. All right.
Bye guys.
Okay, babe. All right.
Bye.
Thank you so much for coming.
Bye,
Appreciate
sis.
it.
Keep the faith.
Okay.
It's so hard. It's so hard. But you know, it doesn't matter how hard we think it is, we can't even compare each other. I was saying today that I wish my daughter could just tell me what's going on with her, because, you know, because she can't speak. It just gets so bad. And I was saying to my husband, because she hasn't eaten for a couple of days now, she's just been drinking milk. And I've been saying to my husband that I think she has a sore throat. Well, she knows herself that she has a sore throat, but she can't express that to us.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, God, just cover these children. Let me answer your question when you're asking now about the baby being in the bed. The baby being in the bed, and sometimes, to be honest with you, I don't know if it's it's just an overwhelming feeling of having my daughter there all the time or something. But sometimes my mind don't even go to that place, if you know how I mean. Sometimes I just don't even think about it. But sometimes my husband's like, enough is enough. I don't care who's here, if the baby's here, if you're here, anything like right now, this is my time, it's getting done. so
Yeah,
so
because
sometimes
you
I have
still
to just
you,
say
you
it's
have
all
to
right.
acknowledge that you do have a whole relationship outside of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes he's like, I think in his head he's saying, yes, you're gonna stop hiding behind this baby. Tonight it's going down. It's going down. But yeah, we have to just do what we have to do. And a lot of people will discriminate. And a lot of people will think that, like, I'm not going to lock my daughter outside for her to be weeping and wailing just because I want to be intimate or anything like that. If she has to stay here, then she has to stay here. It's just how life is. It does happen. It's just that people are not brave enough to talk their truth,
yeah,
but it is how it is. She just have to stay in here, and that's just how it is.
yeah, yeah.
So, for me, it's a lot of pussyfooting. Like, for example, she'll be, if she's asleep in the night because she sleeps with us, we'll put her, because we have a king bed, we'll put her at one end and we quietly elevate ourselves on the other, or we'll step out to the living room, or we'll go to her room. Or like recently we were in the bathroom with the door cracked and peeping out, and
My God. So you
because we
have
got to,
no,
we are in the
you.
bathroom. We have a
So
whole
that's what
two-bedroom
I'm
bath,
saying.
but we're in the bathroom.
You don't have
No,
any time for
no,
yourself. No time for your
no.
relationship. No time, alone
No.
time for your spouse, for you. It's
She,
always about them. That's what I wanted to get out there. It is
yeah.
always about them. Because when they are in this phase, when they are like this, where they are
Mhm.
so needy and they have to be in your bed, it can't be easy for either one of you. It can't be easy. So it takes the now we're getting to this good support where the husband, what if it's not the husband's child? What if it is that it's not, even if it's the husband's child, or you're living with the child's father, it's not all men who have this soft tendency. All right, some will not be able to put up with this, and it can cause a rift in your relationship because they're not getting enough time with you, and this child is always there. I can't talk to you, I can't do nothing with you because she's always there. So it takes a strong man who has a soft heart, somebody who is caring and understanding, to actually, even if it's her own or his own child, you have to have that understanding to know that this is what it is. And it can't be easy for either party.
Yeah, because like my daughter is not my husband's biological, but he loves on her so much. It was his first time today picking her up from the school bus, and he was so excited. He drove 30 minutes away to come get her from the school bus. And it was like when he came up, he was like, the bus, they didn't want to give her to me because I've never picked her up before, but they were they were watching me even when they were driving off. But when I called her name, she ran to me. She ran to the door, and so they let me take her, and it was so exciting to just pick her up from the bus. She's like such a big girl now, and he was just all over the place with it, and he kept squeezing her and hugging her, and he was super excited, and that is something I do every day. pick her from the bus. And it was an experience for him. He loves her and dotes on her like nobody's business, but I never really thought about it like from that perspective, like it's not your biological, but you still have to deal with this 24 hours a day, because he's been so accepting since she was like a year old when we got together.
Wow,
He's a
that's
This
so
blessing
this
in her
nice.
life.
this
Mm-hmm.
discussion has
Mm-hmm.
opened up my eyes to a few things.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice. That is very, very good. That is very, because when you asked the question, I never thought, it's just like what Jody said. I never thought about it as well. Um, like what if an autistic child and it's not the biological father, or would they still give the same? But you know how you've explained that is just exactly what a biological dad would do, or even
Hmm.
sometimes more than a biological dad would do, because you have people out there that are still not accepting of autism, and their dads out there that maybe feel ashamed or feel like the mom's done something or something like that. And in the same breath of raising awareness, there is no scientific evidence that even if you have autism or something, that you can pass it on to the child. It is still a whole big mystery. It is not something that they do research, and they do find out that there are some families that will have more autistic children in the family, but it is not something that can pass down like from parent to child or something like that. So it's never ever that. They still have no clue exactly how it happens.
Yeah, like one of her therapists did, because I was questioning like how this would come about, where would it come from, because um Alicia's, she's my sister, her child is 6 and my daughter is 5, and before now none of our other kids in the family has been diagnosed, or we've never noticed any symptoms of autism. And so with this, being so new, I would say they when I was pregnant, they wanted to do genetic testing while I was still pregnant, and I didn't know that was a thing. And I was like, for what? No. Um and then so when we got the diagnosis and stuff, and I was talking to one of her caseworkers who's an RN, and she was like, they've done research, and it's like autism comes mainly from the father's genes, or the father's genes. And a lot of my daughter's traits, like, Auntie Hannah, she knows a lot of my daughter's traits are her dad. A lot of the things she does, the way she looks, the way she walks, the she has somewhat of a lazy eye, a little bit, it comes and goes. Her dad has it. And some of her traits, her dad as well. And her siblings on her dad's side also has some of those same behaviors. And so when the nurse said it to me, I was like a light bulb went off, because I was blaming myself, even though none of my other kids um were on the spectrum, or none of them tested positive for having any mental or physical disabilities, and she does. I was like, oh, because she does act like him, and she does do this like him, or she's picky like him, or whatever. But she said, the trait typically, comes from the dad. And then I went on Google and I looked it up, and it said something similar, but I guess it's something that's still being tested. It's just a theory right now at best, but it did make sense when she said at the time, but I still don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I wish I could put her back and bake her afresh.
She'd come back the same. She'd
Get a
come
do
back the
over.
same.
Get a do over.
She'll come back the same. Sometimes it's to let us grow patience. Sometimes it's to slow us down. I was doing so. I have not worked for like about 2 years now. I cannot see myself. I don't know how I do it now. I don't. If you asked me this 3 years ago, I'd say, "What? Are you crazy?" No, I have to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to school as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my friend graduated. My friend is a proper nurse working in a hospital. And every time I look at her and I'm like, what? I was above this girl in class. I was the one that was helping this girl. And am I supposed to even feel bad? Am I supposed to feel like something um like I'm useless or something because of my daughter. I had to stop. I started doing night jobs where I could stay with her all day, drop her off at school, and then leave her at home. And I was at work and I was watching her on the camera, and she was standing up in the bed. She was walking, roaming around on her own when everybody's gone to sleep because she's got a problem sleeping as well. So she stays up. Now she's sleeping because she's taking meds for temperature. So it makes her a bit drowsy. So she's actually sleeping. So sometimes she'll be up at 3 a.m. She'll be up until 2 a.m. And I sit up with her. No one else does that. Her dad loves her so much, but he's not gonna sit up with her, which I can understand because he has to go to work. Her youngest brother, he's her favorite. She calls his name and everything. They just she asked him to like paint her nails and stuff, and they're so close. But when he wants to sleep, he gets so angry. He's like, "I'm tired. Leave me alone."
Yeah, they just don't. Yeah, no. Yeah, when she wakes a lot, when I was working full time, because I was in nursing school as well, and I had to withdraw, but I'm an MA. So when I have to go into work in the mornings, my husband, if she woke up like 2 a.m. and she would wake up and she would be singing Coco Melon or Miss Rachel, and she'd be on the top of her lungs and she'd be kicking up a storm, my husband would take her from me and be like, babe, get some rest. And he'd be up with her, even though he has to go to work too. And so we'd be both be going in the morning tired. And I'm like, no. One of us, it's the sacrifice I make now, but it's gotten so bad that she has been put on medication to help her sleep. No, I don't give it to her every night because I don't like keeping her drugged up like that, because during the daytime she'll be very groggy. Um, but I give it to her when she really needs it. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get you. They say that my daughter is too young. She does need sleep meds, but they say that she's too young to start taking it now. So I'm waiting till she's at least 7, they say. So then I have to take her back to take it. But on a whole, like even mentally as well, mentally is so I'm fighting for my mental health. I'm fighting to stay sane.
Mm.
I'm fighting to and with all the other things and the other what do you call it? You know, when you've got so many other responsibilities, so many other people looking up to you, it's so difficult. So I'm just fighting to stay sane, to stay to stay mentally balanced. I'm fighting to stay. I've got my own pains that I have to deal with. I've got her, I've got my husband, I've got church stuff, other kids stuff. Gosh, it's a lot. It's a lot. Sometimes I just want to sleep.
It's very taxing, draining, emotionally, physically,
Mm, mm-hmm.
all of the alleys. I have been there with my
Tell me.
daughter, and I can tell you, Sometimes I have
Look
to
at
back
her.
her off. I said, leave me daughter alone, child.
When I finish washing her hair, I realized I was supposed to wash her hair.
Mm-hmm.
When I finish
You can do
washing-
it tomorrow.
Marlene is still there?
Yeah, she's still here. I just looked at the time and was like, oh shoot, she needs to leave. But she says she's gonna be leaving at 10.
Okay.
Look,
Marlene.
so Marlene put me. She came in the room when I came on. Look, see. The second I opened the door, Marlene came in and she grabbed this girl and she put her out of the room and locked it so she couldn't come in.
Okay, so that's the noise that she makes.
And then, so now that I went out to check on Marlene, because I know, and that's our friend and also her caregiver, that comes in the evenings and helps me with her to keep me sane, give me a break. So I noticed that I'm like, oh my God, it's past her time. And she's like, no, she's okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Home. 2 hours.
You see, she stims. You say hi? You say hi?
Say hi.
Hey, pretty.
Oh God, she's awake. I thought she'd go to sleep over there. Why did I open this damn door? You go sit with Auntie Marlene? You go sit with Auntie Marlene? Okay.
Nope. Not now. Not after I've not seen you for a minute. I've missed you for a whole minute, Mom.
Oh, see? Okay.
Mommy.
Our host is gone, you know.
Okay. We're gonna camp. Set up camp. Why do I always do this to myself?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, bless her.
Why you go back out there?
Oh,
Wait,
because
Because you know, Marlene always leaves 9:30 to 10. So my enough self go out there for release her, and she was trying to put her to sleep.
uh-oh.
Ain't happening.
Marlene put her to bed because it's 9:46 now.
She saw that look like she was asleep.
Now go and sleep now because she's where you are.
She's ready for an adventure. Hey, pretty. You're so cute.
Say hello.
Hello,
With all her
gorgeous.
stuff on my bed. She likes to play. And she also echoes, she mimics and rhymes and mimes and says stuff and that she hears on the TV all the time.
And she speak different languages.
Oh yeah, she's bilingual. And she learned that just from YouTube.
Yeah. Wow, clever girl. These children have got different abilities. They've got very special and unique abilities, you know.
Okay. I left my glasses.
What are you eating, host? I can't see. What is
Apple?
An apple.
it? What time is it where you are?
10 minutes
It's
to 10.
10 minutes to 10.
Did you have dinner already?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a midnight snack?
Mm-hmm.
You've had dinner already as well, Joe?
Yes, ma'am. I ate dinner earlier and then I had a little bit of cereal like 7-ish. And I'm done for the night because I'm watching this figure that I don't have.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
so, I know the answer already from Jody, but can you light like scented candles and it
I
burns in
can.
peace?
I can, but it doesn't do much for her. The only thing that helps is classical music, or she loves music so much, so I can
Mm.
put instrumental nursery rhymes on. That helps her. If the room is a bit darker, if the room is darker than usual, she doesn't like it too dark, but I know to a level where she likes it to dim light. She that will help her, but the candles don't really help her.
Mm-mm. Okay. What I meant is, if my daughter lights a candle, she blows it out and says happy birthday.
Oh
So
yes,
mhm,
definitely,
she
one
cannot
hundred
light the
percent.
candles. Let's say you fry fish in the house. You know, at Jamaica, you scale your fish outside and you do all of that good stuff outside.
Mhm,
Here, you try to get the scent out using these scented candles. The minute she lights it,
mhm,
happy birthday.
mhm. Exactly. My daughter does
Blow
it
down
as
her
well.
brother's birthday candles too from his cake.
Yeah. Even if she goes to anybody's birthday
Mhm.
party, she'll do it.
Blow it
She'll
out.
cut the cake. She'll blow the candle and cut the cake and say, "Hooray!"
Yeah, expect you to clap.
Yeah.
So, we've covered basically everything. So, in a nutshell,
No.
it is good to have a good support system in everything. It's always good to have persons around you can always call on, you can rely on, because sometimes it's good to get away. Sometimes because it will run you to a serious wreck. I've seen how my daughter, she's tired, and I know for a fact that is the same thing with Simone.
Mhm.
You have this to deal with from before sun up and after sundown.
Mhm.
You don't get a break. So here are your support system who will come in and assist. Sometimes I hear my daughter talking and I said, okay, I will come over. Come and pick me up. Just to give her a break. And when I'm there and she's like glue on her, I'm not having it. I'll be honest. She can tell you, my daughter can tell you, as long as I'm there, she's going to give her a break. Give her some time because she needs a space.
I've had to lock my room door, lock it, and turn the TV down, turn the
And when
TV
it's done, you
off,
want it.
Mhm.
whisper, I can't answer my phone because I have to not be here while I'm here.
Wow.
Just get some time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
Jody,
Sometimes
what
I
is
try
right?
to sneak away.
That's Jody.
I can't stay in the house because we don't have locks on our doors, and it's a typical thing in England. You don't get locks on the doors. I don't know.
Really?
For some safety reasons, you have to put them on manually, and it's against safety standards as well. I don't know. You can't lock. There's no door. The door has a handle that you can close the door and shut it, but you can't lock it. So if you want a lock, you have to specifically put it on. But when my daughter gets too much for me, sometimes I sneak out and then go sit in the car. You know what? I stay in the car and hear her breaking this house down, bawling and hitting on the windows, hitting on the door, just like she's gonna die or something. And I just come back because honestly.
Thank you for coming, Rushing Wind. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Your time is not unnoticed. I really appreciate you being here with me. Until
That's so
next
like
time, be blessed, my darling.
when I come home from work, before I come in the house, I'll sit outside. My mom can tell you, I'll sit outside in the car for a good 5-10 minutes before I come in, and just brace myself.
Mm-hmm. Brace for impact.
hmm It's like when you're going into work and you know you're going in for a shitty day at work, and you
Mm-hmm.
play music all the way and you try to hype yourself up and you try to build a vibe, and then when you get there you're like, okay, let's do this. So it's the same when I come home. It's like, okay, let's go. It's like I'm coming to work all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's true. It's
No
true. It's
rest.
absolutely true. Sometimes I think to myself, okay, this girl is gone to school. Let me try and get a little rest. But when I look around and see the chaos that she caused when she was here, I have to put things back into place, and then it's time to go get her again to do the same thing over again.
Gonna rinse my hands, guys.
Mm-hmm. On a whole, I just want to send a positive message to all autistic parents out there, like I always do. It's not because I'm coping, it's not because it's easier for me or anything, but I just want to say to just keep on keeping on, because, like, imagine if we are the one that they're looking up to and they're depending on, it's almost like we've got that kind of responsibility. So we just can't give up. We have to just keep going, and we just have to love our kids regardless. And I know in some form sometimes what I'm gonna say next may come out as some kind of discriminatory or something like that, but there are kids who cannot walk. There are
Mm-hmm.
kids who cannot talk. There are kids who lives in a hospital. I
Mm-hmm.
cried the other day when I saw something on Facebook, and it was this lady with her son, and she was asking for somebody to donate to her GoFundMe, and her son had I think it was a drainage on his brain or some leaking on his brain. It was such a little baby, and I cried because I said, God, I'm so ungrateful,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know. So
Because at the end of it all,
yeah,
there is someone who is still worse, having worse conditions, having to put up with worse than what you guys are putting up with,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, in every situation, we have to agree that there is someone out there who is facing far worse conditions. Because there you go, there is these children who are not able to think at all.
Yeah.
They're in a chair, can't walk, the hands are not working,
Mm-hmm.
they're just sitting there.
Yeah, in
I
a
don't want to use
vegetative
agitated
state.
state, but that's how they are. You have to feed them. You have to
Mm.
be sure that you know when these children are hungry. Not only children,
Mm-hmm.
and they will
Adults.
sit, and if you don't move them, they can't move. Even in
Wow.
their 20s, you still have to be putting on diapers on them.
Wow.
So we are still thankful that we have this to deal with, because there are still persons out there who are dealing with far worse than you guys are dealing with.
Mm.
Thank you, Classic. Never heard about that before. What is that, Classic? Yes,
Hey,
Classic.
Classic. How are you doing, my darling?
Yes, Classic. There are persons out there who are worse. I've seen persons, adults, who are not functioning at all. Apart from not being able to speak or partially verbal, they're non-verbal. hands not functioning, feet not functioning, their body, everything about you have to bathe them, even in adulthood. And you're so right, Simone. Looking at it, my daughter has the same concern because we were talking about it the other day, and she was like, I am never gonna give Dania up to go to no college because will she know when she's being abused? Will she be able to get married and have a normal life? Oh, yeah, there are no locks. Yeah, she would have to put on the locks. I didn't know that. And these are inside doors. Sometimes you want your privacy, so you lock your bedroom door. Someone says there are no locks on the door. They have locks here, but the locks that are here, I don't know. It's just a tiny hole that is in the lock. What go on with my daughter?
Your daughter husband call her, then the owner for the child call her.
Oh.
All kind of call her go on.
Okay. All right.
About the car, he call me about the car to fix it. Somebody, some mechanic, all kind of stuff. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're doing no more monkeys jumping on the bed, so she's throwing all these here. Throwing the toys off because the monkey roll off the bed and picking them up back.
Ay. Hey.
You see so much things for my bed?
Mama calls doctor.
I'm so sorry, Classic, my sweetie. I cannot see the chats. I cannot see the chats because I'm on the panel. So I just literally picked up my phone and saw that you said hi to me. I did not see. I can't see the messages. Hello to everyone in the chat. I'm very sorry if you were saying hi. And the host did not tell me. Let's blame it on the host.
I thought you had your phone there, Sim.
I was partially asleep when I came on the panel. I
know. You must have fallen asleep.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking now, but you guys just people know I love you all. And about the locks, yes, Classic. Most of the doors here, like if you go to Jamaica, you'll get a proper lock with a key on your room door. On the room doors, on your bedroom doors here, there are no proper lock. Obviously, the bathroom has the lock where you lock it from inside, which is normal. But like the typical door that goes to the kitchen, the dining room, or the bedrooms, they have handles and you can close them. But there is no lock that you can lock with a key that someone can't come in. I don't know why they made them that way, but that's just how it is.
Wow. Well, all in all, I can tell you that you still have it a bit easier than many parents.
You're going. Thank you, sweetheart. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Danae, you say bye. Say bye-bye. Go give hugs.
I'm not taking you to sleep.
You heard that fuss? Because she thinks Marlene is gonna take her.
She thinks I'm going
You're gonna take her to put her to bed?
Yeah.
Look, see?
Now she's hiding. That's how she does. She covers herself under her blanket. And if you have her blanket, she's coming to take it from you.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye, Marlene.
Good girl.
I love you.
Oh, she does that voluntarily now. So if she don't tell you, she don't love you. Bye. Girl, bye. Over here begging love. Bye. You know what? Let me come close my door.
You don't get my son. I reject you.
A lie, ya tell.
It's not a lie. I'm going to Isaiah.
Oh, you have to do that. I'm going to look the tree ostrich them. Come
out of my house.
All right,
So, for these young ones, for these little ones, children who has this kind of illness, they can form deep bonds, and they also show affection in their own way, on their own time. I remember my daughter was coming to visit me in the hospital, and when they came there, she doesn't really, I've never heard her mention anything about me or anything of the sort, but I had left home. I was in the hospital for a little while, so she hadn't seen me coming around. And she was like, what did she say again? You can't remember? I can't wait to see her. Can you imagine? And when I heard it, I was like, what? So they will volunteer that kind of bond, or that kind of what would you call it now? They will verbalize whenever they feel like, or however you want to put it. All right, but they do show they do form bond, especially not every child my granddaughter plays with, but when she likes you, she will hold on to you, she will play with you, she wants you to come into her room to play with her toys, but not everyone she will do that with. So I believe they do foster a strong sense of security and trust, but just not with everyone.
Not with everyone. Their senses are heightened, so they know they can kind of know like the people that they want to bond with. So they will know if they feel safe. They know affection. They can read emotions. They can read body language. I know that sometimes it seems like, oh, it's so hard and it's difficult, but at the end of the day, these are children that are gifted, like highly gifted. Gifted enough to know like different emotions, different body languages, as you were saying that your granddaughter like taught herself a different language and stuff like that. So they are different, and they still haven't yet fully explored like an autistic mind, because they're all different, so they're all gifted in different ways. So I think it's an advantage more than how it is a disadvantage. But it goes back to what you were saying before, is having a support system and having the whole team behind you. But not everybody is fortunate enough to have that.
Right. Now, when you have persons who you can always rely on, it's not as bad. Yes, it is still hard, because even for me, I know that I have persons who I can rely on. But at the end of the day, I still feel a sense of loneliness. And I don't mean that there are no one, with me. But I am going through this personally, alone. This is what I am going through. And I can see that this is something that you guys go through individually, even though you have persons who are there on your team, but you are going through this. You are going through this, not you and someone else, but you personally. Even if the father is there, but you are the one who is having to go through this, because the child sticks to you. It's a personal thing. So even though the support is there, but you face this on your own every day, and it's very challenging. It doesn't happen with me, but I know firsthand. So this teaches as parents, I'm sure that it teaches immense patience. It teaches resilience. It teaches you have to be creative. Empathy, you have to come up with ways to keep them to you have your creative mind have to chip in where these children bring out the creativity in you somewhat. I don't mean by drawing or doing these stuff, but you have to come up with ways and means on how to deal with each situation. And for each child, it is different because we all know that each human being is different. What works for one doesn't necessarily work for the other. So you all have to come up with your own way to handle these you have to have a master plan for each individual. You have to have a master plan on how to deal with this, how to handle this. When they have a meltdown, you have a meltdown with them. When they are crying inconsolable, what do you do?
It depends if it's a tantrum or if it's a meltdown. If it's a tantrum, then you have to stand up and affirm and let them know that you're not accepting this. If it is a meltdown, then you have to use their coping mechanism. You have to, like, if it's a child that seeks deep sensory pressure, or like the cushy soft plush toys or those kind of things, you can try and get them whatever. But everyone has their own coping mechanism and their own coping routine that they use for their children during meltdowns. And if the child has an occupational therapy or other therapy that will already they would explore other options with them, and they will know which one suits them best. For my own daughter, it is the deep pressure. It is the deep pressure. When she's having a tantrum, I just don't, she doesn't like being ignored. So I just ignore her. I try walking away from her, try going into another room, go to another place, or just don't, or turn my back or something when she's having that tantrum. Well, not all children, because some children, this will cause them to escalate, will cause them to go further. But with my daughter, that helps her to calm down, because she always want to have my attention. She always want me to have my eyes on her. She craves my attention. So if she's not getting my attention, then she'll come and try to sit on me or something. And she can't come sit on me kicking and screaming because I won't allow that. So that's it with the tantrum. With the meltdown, it's a bit harder because they themselves, as you say, it's almost like you just can't console them because they themselves can't even calm themselves down, you know? Yeah. So I use deep pressure a lot. I've got weighted ankle and bracelets that I can put on her as well.
Oh,
Sometimes I wrap her in a blanket as well and stuff like that.
okay.
That's the same thing I was talking about, Mom, when she had that great meltdown in the car, and I had to pull over in the middle of the road, put my hazards on, and just go around the back and just squeeze her, just hold her. And or if I'm driving and she's like she was yesterday, and I had to be squeezing her feet from the front. It's sometimes just a lot of like pressure that you have to put like physically on them, on the body, or what is anyway. that helps them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I am going to have to end it right here. We've spent a good deal of time. So hopefully anyone watching will find this to be very informative and give them a deeper insight as to what happens. But ultimately, having a child with this condition, having an autistic child, is all about embracing a journey that is different from what was expected, because when you were carrying them, this was not something you expected. But even so, it is rich. It is a rich learning experience where you grow, you have a bond with the other children, but with this child, it is more about love and being tolerative, if there is such a word, tolerating the child, and it's an ongoing effort to help this unique and brilliant individual to thrive on their own. Now, this is something, it is a journey for each parent, and each parent have to go through this journey with this individual. Remember, this individual is also going with you on this journey. So we just have to learn as we all go along and embrace this journey. Thank you so much to each and everyone who made it here. Alicia had to go and handle her business with her little one. I really do appreciate you all. Thank you so much, Simone, for coming, the missing piece, and my panelists, of course. And for those who are down there in the chat, those who came and had already left, I do appreciate your time is really not unnoticed. And I just want to thank you all. Anything in wrapping up, Simone, the missing piece?
Right now, I'm wrapping up a cup noodle because this child
Hey.
came and she climbed on the counter, and now she wants a noodle. And I'm picking my battles tonight, and I'm giving her the noodles.
Okay. So that's her wrap up. Her daughter needs a noodle and she gotta give it to her. All right, Sim, anything from you, my darling?
Very wise choice in choosing that battle tonight, sis. Very wise choice.
Be wise.
Very wise choice. Don't underestimate if there was one last thing that I could say, I would say give love. Never underestimate what love can do for your autistic children. Love them like your life depend on it. Show them love even when the world is hating and you're the only one that has to stand up and love them. Love them. Love them, love them, love them. The Bible says that love conquers a multitude of sins. So that is it. Show them love.
Thank you, Simone.
And I second and third that. That's all I got, because we over here struggling with this damn noodle.
All right, guys. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, guys. It was lovely talking with you tonight. Bye, Miss Simone. Have a good night and good luck.
Same to you, my love.
We need good luck.
All right, Joe.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you guys so much.
Never ended on.
All right, tomorrow next topic. No, persons who are living with the diabetes.